Shripad Rajam Sharanam Prapadhe. Chapter 11 gives us a report of Subbaiyaa Shreshti, Chintamani and Bilva Mangal. The next day Subbaiyaa began his narration about the miracles of Shripad Prabhu. He said, Shri Dattatreya is a manifestation of all celestial beings. Shri Sumati Mata would worship the Shiva element in Anasuya at Shani Pradosh, the 13th day of the fortnight cycle, falling on Saturday. That is why the Shiva element in Shri Dattatreya became a reflection in Sumati Mata through Anasuya. Thus Shripad Shri Vallabh was born with no consummation of parents. During the yogic practices, Appalraj Sharma and Sumati Mata emitted vibrations through their eyes. These vibrations united and entered the womb of Sumati Mata for 9 months. Thus the illuminant form of Shripad Shri Vallabh was born. He started showing his divine powers from the age of 3 years itself. After some years, 3 sisters, Vidyadhari, Radha and Surekha were born. These sisters were later married to suitable grooms. Shripad Shri Vallabh himself used to worship the idol of Kalagnishamana Datta. Once his grandfather Bapannacharya put forth this question, "Are you Datta himself or a devotee of Datta?" To this, Shripad promptly answered, "When I say I am Datta, then I am him, and when I say I am his devotee, then I am his devotee. My thought and my determination are my elements." Lord Shripad then placed his thumb on his grandfather's forehead in the space between his eyebrows. The grandfather had a divine vision of Babaji sitting in meditation in the pristine ranges of Himalayas. He also had a vision of Shripad Shri Vallabh, Nasya Saraswati and Swami Samartha. He saw the life energy, that is a prana shakti, of Swami Samartha merging with the banyan tree and the soul merging with the Mallikarjun Shivalinga at Sri Shelam. A loud voice emerging from the Shivalinga announced, "Bapannacharya, you are indeed blessed. That divine energy which is boundless beyond the dimensions of speech and mind has been attracted to the Shivalinga by your Kriya Shakti. There are 16,000 divine forms in me in the Shivaling, serving me as one divine light. Devotees from far and wide visit the Jyotirlinga, and these divine forms help them in their material and spiritual aspirations. I, the Trinity in the form of Shripad Shri Vallabh, Narsiya Saraswati and Swami Samartha, am initiating you." These words were clearly heard by Bapannacharya. He pulled the 3-year-old Shripada towards him and affectionately embraced him. He had tears of bliss in his eyes and promptly went into a meditative state. When he opened his eyes, it was time, that is Agnihotra, to light the holy fire. So he collected the materials required to light the fire and offered it for the sacrificial ritual, but the fire would not be lit. Just then, Shripad told the fire god, "Do not be an obstacle in my grandfather's path." Immediately the fire got lit. Shripad then poured a pot full of water in the fire pit. But instead of being put out, it became more fiery. Grandfather was shocked at this miracle. It was then that Shripad said, "Grandfather, it is because of you, Venkatapaya Shreshti and Narasimha Varma that I got this incarnation. If my father had accepted any monetary or material donations from Venkatapaya and Narasimha Varma, it should be considered as God's grace. It does not get included actually as donation, and if not accepted, it does not become blasphemous. I fulfill the desires of my devotees, but also check if my devotee is worthy of it. I also examine if they use it for the benefit of people or not. Anyone who comes to Pitikapuram must consider it to be his great fortune and reward of many births. To experience my power, you have to be an excellent seeker. It's only then you will be able to experience my power, compassion, affection, protection and pardon for all sins. Bapannacharya has installed and worshipped my holy feet at his house. In fact, my holy feet, the Shri Padukas, will be worshipped at his house by thousands of devotees. They will be chanting Datta Digambara, Shripad Shri Vallabh Digambara, Narsiya Saraswati, Datta Digambara. There will be a great foundation or a Mahasamsthan instituted in my name. No one can come to Pithikapur without my will, however great he may be spiritually or materialistically. All divine powers are in me. If anyone offers any donation to me, I return it immediately to him multiple times. I fulfill the desire of all without deviating from any righteous principle. One can destroy greed or lust only by doing good work. This will lead to nothing but salvation. These golden words of Shripada were like nectar to all who had assembled there. The next day, Narasimha Varma took Shripad in a house carriage to show him his farms. He said, "The god creeper does not give good yield, and even if it does, the fruits are bitter." Shripada replied, "Long time ago, this land belonged to a devotee and seeker of Lord Datta. It is yearning for my feet to touch it. The instant my feet set upon this land, it will transform the god into tasty fruits. Please send some of them as my food." From that day onwards, the god was excellent in yield and taste. Lord Shripad then alighted from the horse carriage and moved around the farm. Just then, some tribal youths approached him and bowed to him. Lord Shripada told Narasimha Varma, "These tribals are associated with the incarnation of Narasimha Saraswati and prayed to goddess Mahalakshmi as their sister." Lord Shripada then asked one of the tribals about Narasimha Saraswati. The youth said, "A man whose face is like a lion and body of a human roams in the jungle. Our sister Chanchulakshmi is married to him. We shall bring them here." Saying so, the youths left. Just then, a young couple walked towards them. Their names were Bilva Mangal and Chintamani. On their return from a visit to Sri Krishna temple at Guruvayur, a great yogini, Kururamma, blessed them that they would get a darshan of Shripad Shri Vallabh. So the blessing came true when they saw Lord Shripad in front of them. Bilva Mangal and Chintamani were feeling as if their bodies were burning, but the fire was actually lit by Shripada to some dried things nearby. In a short time, two black-colored forms resembling them emerged from their bodies. They cried and howled, and the two forms got burnt to ashes. The couple then came to their senses. Just then, the tribals brought Narasimha and Chanchulakshmi with their hands tied in front of Lord Shripada. Shripada questioned Narasimha Dev, "Aren't you Narasimha? Isn't Chanchulakshmi your wife? Aren't you the same Narasimha who killed Hiranyakashap and protected Prahlad?" To these three queries, Narasimha Dev replied thrice in the affirmative. After this, instantly both Narasimha Dev and Chanchulakshmi transformed themselves into a divine light and merged into Lord Shripada's body. The tribals went into a trance and got liberated, that is, they attained salvation. Bilva Mangal became a great devotee and was known as Bilva Mangal Maharishi. Chintamani became a very great yogini. Thus, such strange incidents took place. The village in which Narasimha Varma's land was located is now known as Chitravada. The chapter 11 ends with this recount. Those who listen and those who read this chapter get rid of their bad qualities and turn their mind towards good deeds. May Lord Shripad bless us all. Shripad Rajam Sharanam Prapadhe.